I think we might be live. Are we live? Maybe we're live. Maybe we're not live yet. Oh, we are live. We are live. Welcome. Welcome to Tokyo. Welcome to an evening here in Jiyugaoka in the south of Tokyo, where I plan to take a little look at the Christmas decorations. And then once I've done that, I will walk for a little while along the train tracks, probably walk all the way back to my home station, Futako-Tamagawa, and end the walk there. That's the plan for tonight. And as always, oh, and I almost forgot to switch on the GPS tracking, which I should not do. Let me switch that on for you so that I can share the map with my Patreon supporters. And also, I'm sure you're very curious about the weather, as always. Today it's actually the coldest day of this winter. I think it qualifies as winter now. I'm not sure. It feels like winter. It's currently just 5 degrees. Well, as always, we have this focusing issue. Anyway, it's 5 degrees, so it's pretty cold. Thankfully, I bought myself some gloves that I'm wearing currently. Otherwise, it would be tough to walk around for a couple of hours. So that's a good thing to have. Oops. Sorry, I'm just fiddling with the camera, trying to switch on the autofocus. I think autofocus is on now. Yes, autofocus is on. Wonderful. Great. So let's walk. Let's walk. Already 100 people has tuned in. I think this is kind of the famous street here in Jiyugaoka, which is actually an old covered river, and there's lots of benches here, and generally a quite nice place, I think. But I must say that the Christmas decorations are a little bit underwhelming. I mean, sure, this Christmas tree is not bad, but the rest of the street is pretty plain. So I was expecting them to do a little bit more here, actually, especially since this part of Tokyo is sometimes referred to as Little Europe, and you know, in Europe Christmas decorations are very important. Is that 5 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit? Celsius. Celsius. So, yeah. Quite chilly by Tokyo standards, but of course not so chilly compared to my Swedish standards. But let's see, on the kind of main square or main area around here is on the other side of the train tracks. So let's walk to the other side and see if things are a little bit more interesting there. Inga, thank you so much for the super chat for hot coffee. That will definitely come in handy. Yeah, hot coffee. Actually, I think I want to have hot sake tonight if I can find it somewhere. I've had many cups of coffee today already. Right, Jiyugaoka, if you translate it literally, it means Freedom Hill, which is quite a nice name, or it sounds very American to me. Anything with the name Freedom in it makes me think of America. Thank you, Old School Bible, for the kind words. I'm always curious about this little alley here. Let's just have a quick peek inside. Last time I came here I hadn't noticed this place before. Last time I came it was in the daytime, and then it's not so interesting, but at night, maybe it's still a bit early. It's just 5 o'clock, so I think most of the shops are still not open. Olive, you had warm sake earlier. Yeah, highly recommend it. Yeah, warm sake is very nice. especially in the winter. I always enjoy the hot sake season. Where are you going? So, as I mentioned in the beginning of the stream, I will first check out Jiyugaoka for a little while. Then I will follow these train tracks, the Oyamadai line, back to my home area, which is Futako-Tamagawa. So that's about a half an hour walk or 45 minutes if I walk relatively quick. Oh, as soon as the gates opened, they closed again. That's the thing with these level train crossings. During rush hour, sometimes you have to wait for a really long time until there's a gap between the trains long enough. Anyway, I think around here they usually have a little bit wilder Christmas decorations. But not, oh yeah, it's kind of Hagishi. Kind of, but maybe it's kind of toned down this year because of the pandemic. I'm not sure. I think last year this place was way wilder in terms of Christmas decorations. Now they only have this thing, whatever it is, in the middle here. Oh, that's an interesting train. This is the Tokyo Toyoko line. But this train, I don't know if I've seen this before. It's completely green and looks a little bit vintage. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if it's some sort of special train or if it's just an old carriage that they're reusing or what it is. Also, sorry for the very last minute notice for today's stream. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, and also if the weather would be okay, because it's actually been raining most of the day and it's really cold, so wasn't sure if I was gonna do a stream at all. But yeah, since the rain stopped, I thought, why not? So let's have a look down here. These kind of back streets are usually quite nice. But surprisingly dark and quiet today. Joined late. Hello David. Thanks for tuning in. So we're in Jiyugaoka now, and I will check out this area a little bit. Then I will follow the Oyamadai line train tracks back home to Futako-Tamagawa. And in Futako-Tamagawa there's a lot of Christmas decorations too. And of course I'll be checking the stations on my way there as well. So yeah, that's the plan for tonight. So I'm guessing 90 minutes or so tonight. Maybe potentially a bit longer if I can find some hot sake. I might get a little Genki boost and make it a little bit longer than that. Thank you Aces High for the kind words. Glad you've been enjoying my channel. Let's see, can we cross here? Yes, we can. I'm really surprised. Maybe it's too early. Maybe people aren't back home from work yet. After all, it's just 5. Oh, maybe it's just because it's a weekday. So there's not so many people out. But I was really expecting this area to be a little bit more lively than this. Kissa Nanaha. Is this me? Have I seen this place before? Looks quite nice. They have hot chocolate, but not hot sake. Zannan. So what I like about this area is that there's so many streets that are pedestrian only, which I always enjoy, especially when streaming. It's so nice not to have to worry about getting hit in the back by a truck. So here we have some Christmas decorations. Curry sounds good. Yeah, curry's good. I will have dinner at home, so no curry for me, but curry is always good. Can you buy hot sake any time of the year? Probably, but I mean, it's not so easy to find. Like, of course you can get it at any izakaya. They have it, but it's not like you can't find it easily in other places actually. So I'm always struggling to find it. You always say I want to drink hot sake, but yeah, it's not so easy to find when streaming. How's Mini Explorer? Mini Explorer is great. Yeah, I just said goodbye to my wife and daughter like 15 minutes ago. We've been out shopping all day. We've been shopping some new toys for Mini Explorer. Maybe some of it she will get right away, and something's probably going to be a Christmas present. But she's getting so much smarter, and we haven't really gotten her any new toys in the last couple of months. So she really needs something that's a little bit more challenging for her. All her current toys are very kind of basic. So that's what we've been doing today. And also this morning I thought to myself, like, today I should really get that haircut that I've been postponing over and over and again. And of course I didn't get a haircut, so my hair is still wild and crazy. I love this. It's a karaoke bar, and then they have this pink telephone. Pretty nice. Let me see what you're saying in the chat. Oh, this is a nice little alley. Neat. Yeah, the long hair lives on. If Japanese curry is the same as Indian curry, no, it's not. It's different. The Japanese have their own twist on it. I like Indian curry as well. They're quite different. And here's a very nice shrine. Tokyo Paul for Mini Tea. Thank you so much. Let me just check the chat. It's a little bit more complicated now to read the chat since I'm wearing my gloves, but yeah. Yeah, I must say I'm a little bit underwhelmed with the Christmas vibes here in Little Europe. I was expecting it to be a little bit more ambitious. This神社はよく行きますね。素敵な神社ですね。僕も時々ストリームしながらあの辺に入るんですけど、今日はちょっと暗くて入らなかった。 Sorry, I just need to... never mind. Buying toys. Well, that's good. We have to join the spirit of Christmas even if we're a bit over it. Yeah. Yeah, Mini Explorer needs... It's for her development. I want things that make her smart. And she needs to be constantly challenged, I think. Because she's such a curious little person, so... If she's just sitting home being bored, it's not good. This looks like a cute little coffee shop. Too bad they're just closing. Sunset Coffee. Oh, thank you, Tokyo Paul. Bigger toy for Mini T. Thank you so much. It's very nice of you. I will tell her. I will tell her about you. Once she gets big enough to understand, I will tell her that you gave her some Christmas present this year. What's that place? Milkland. Yeah, I don't know. I think they sell like milk-related products. I think they're doing like promotion for Hokkaido milk, maybe. Oh, I'm sure I can have a good hot chocolate here. Difficult. Hot chocolate is nice too, but hot sake is even nicer. Tokyo Explorer dressed as Santa. Yeah, maybe. Who knows what will happen on my Patreon only streams. I don't think it's completely out of the question to expect me to dress up as Santa on one of the Patreon only streams sometime later this month. It's not a promise, but I'm not saying I'm not gonna do it. So let's walk down here a few blocks and then head back towards the station area and where we can start following the train tracks. This place looks nice too. Shiro Coffee. Looks like a makeup store, but then it's also a coffee shop. This looks good. Mix hot chocolate with hot sake. I don't know if chocolate and sake would go well together. Actually, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Isn't the Alpha Beta shop in Jiyugaoka open until 9? I think they're open quite late. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's on the second floor, so I need to take an elevator to get there. And I think hopping in that elevator would ruin the signal and kill the stream, so I don't really dare to take that risk. Oh, I didn't actually know that there was a Sega arcade here. Let me take a quick look. I haven't explored Jiyugaoka well enough yet, I guess. It's not the kind of place where I would expect to find a game center. But unfortunately, Sega's game centers tend to be pretty, I don't know, not terribly exciting to me. They tend to have tons of crane games, but not that much else, and this doesn't look like it's any exception. Too bad. Hey Joel, I'm good. Welcome to the stream. Yes, this is Jiyugaoka. Now we're almost back at the station. So now, let's go down here. Amazing pics on Twitter. Thank you, thank you. Yes, to those who don't know, I have a Twitter account since a few days ago. And I've been posting some photos there. Some of it is like snapshots that I take while I'm streaming. And actually I guess I should take a photo of this station area as a potential thumbnail. But I've also been posting some other older photos from my archive there. So if you're interested, you can follow me. The link is in the video description. Okay, let's see. This is not a terribly interesting angle though. I think I will get better thumbnail opportunities when I get to Futako-Tamagawa. So let's start heading there. Hey Ray, good to see you. My dear cone mod. Thank you, Steffi, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. So, almost 300 people watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, thank you. I need to walk down one more block this way, I think. YouTube notification just now. Yeah, YouTube notifications can't be taken seriously, or rather they can't be relied upon, because they're always super late. This one was just 25 minutes late, so that's pretty quick by YouTube standards. But if you're serious about getting notified about my streams, I highly recommend that you join me on Patreon and switch on email notifications. That's the best way. Then you'll get informed as soon as I know that I'll be streaming, and those email notifications are quite reliable as well. I also post on Twitter when I'm about to stream. But I think Twitter can also be a bit hit and miss in terms of when you will get notified. Now we're at the train tracks. Now I basically just have to follow them this way. If I'm on a wide-angle lens, no, I'm using the standard lens. I'm always using the standard lens when I stream at night, because image quality with the wide angle is pretty crap when the light is low, like right now. So the stops on this line are pretty close together. It's probably, yeah, less than a kilometer between the stops. So it's a pretty nice line to walk because it doesn't get so boring. There's not that much like dead space between the stations. Living next to a train crossing like this and hearing this every day, torture. Yeah, I would not enjoy that very much. I'm glad I don't. I can hear the trains, but at least I don't have a crossing nearby. The trains can be kind of obnoxious as well though, especially in the early morning, like 5 o'clock, when everything else is super silent. What's this? This is a school. Tamagawa something. Gaku something. Gakuyan kana? Huh. So we will soon reach Kuhombutsu station, where there is a beautiful, beautiful temple, but I don't think it's open at night. But I will check. If it is open, I would expect that they also have some sort of like, maybe some sort of illuminations or something to make it a little bit extra atmospheric. Let's check that out. Well, my voice is still a little bit rusty. This is nice. I love this sign. Can you see it? Dog Lovers Club grooming. Very nice. These areas are on the kind of posher side of the scale, so no wonder that there are pet grooming salons. That's a pretty good indicator on the social status, I think. Yamaguchi-san, yeah, you should visit. You know the one, right? The one, I think, is it down here? Yeah, just a few more blocks and we will be there. And here, what's this? One Deli. It's a place that sells like fancy food for dogs. Wow. Yeah, I think that tells you quite a lot about the demographic group that lives around here. Takashi-san, ありがとうございます。こんばんは。寒くなりましたね。ね、そうですね。今日は結構寒いですね。今5度かな？6度現在ですね。6度は、いや、昨日と比べると全然違いますね。Like we had almost, what, 18 degrees 2 days ago? And now it's 6? That's a pretty steep change in temperature. Even in these fancy neighborhoods, you can often find very humble vegetable shops like this. That's what I like about Japan. You're Totally impressed. Yeah, yeah. It's down here, but I do expect it to be closed this time. So here's the next station. Here's Kohombutsu station. So I will walk down there soon, but first I will just take a quick look down here on this street to see if the temple... No, it's not open. It looks very dark down there, as expected. And Jeffrey, you're the one who recommended a coffee shop not too far from here last time I came to this area, right? What's the name again? Yeti Coffee, was it? The place that specialized in like Himalayan beans. I'm pretty close to there. So let's see. Yeah, here's Kohombutsu station. Yeti coffee, yes. Bigfoot comes. Oh, and we just passed 300 viewers. Welcome everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hope you will enjoy this little evening walk from Jiyugaoka to Futako-Tamagawa. Ah, Mike, you live close to Todoroki. I see. I've actually been there. That's like the only time I think I've been to Adachiku. I went there a couple of years ago just because I wanted to ride the Nippori Toneri liner. So I rode that train to the last stop, which I think was Todoroki. Oh yeah, I see that some of you are talking about the like button. That is a very good idea. If you haven't pressed it, please consider doing so. It's a super easy way for you to support my channel. And if you're watching this, I would assume that you enjoy it and that you want to support me. Yamaguchi-san, you've been there too. I see. I'm not surprised. You seem to have been to a lot of places, since you are also a wanderer, just like I am. You can't take a beer break. I can, but I think... Actually, I have an idea. There's one place in Futako-Tamagawa where I think I can get some sort of hot drink. Maybe not hot sake, but I would be surprised if they don't have like at least some hot wine, which is also quite decent. So I think maybe this stream could end with me sitting down drinking an alcoholic beverage. So I hope you want to stick around for that. And thank you. I think I got some super chats that I didn't fully show my appreciation for. How rude of me. Let me take a look. Let me take a look here. It's me, you know. Thank you so much, as always. And I think there was another one too that I might have missed, but I'm so sorry if that's the case. I'm a little bit too focused on my surroundings to see everything that happens in the chat right now. Oh. Okay. Wait, I think this might actually be a good spot to grab a thumbnail photo. Did you notice that? Like once these things are down, actually the volume decreases a little bit. Probably to show a little bit of respect to those living here. Ah, Forest Joe, thank you so much. Another super chat. Wow, you're very generous tonight. That's really encouraging to me. Thank you, thank you. So I want to get a shot now when the train comes. There we go. Okay, let's continue. Oh wait, then I can cross here. Walk on this side. And I'm also gonna post this photo to Twitter. It's so much fun. I've never been a fan of Twitter before, but this time, since I have this channel, I really enjoy being able to quickly share photos with you. Oh, thank you. 5 new Twitter followers since I started the stream. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the sun goes down early this time of the year. Sunset is 4:30 in the afternoon right now. So it gets dark very, very early. But not as early as in my hometown in Sweden. There I think it gets dark like, I don't know, 3? Oh, Dragon Guard, wow, thank you so much. That's a very generous super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How kind of you. The other day it was 100. Yeah, I think today I passed 200 Twitter followers. Let's see, can we make 1,000 before the end of the year? 500 maybe, it's a bit more realistic. Let's see. And yeah, as I think I mentioned before, I will be staying a little bit longer than planned here in Tokyo, so I will not be leaving to Sweden for the holidays. So I will be here a little bit longer, and since I will be here for a little bit longer, I also have some new ideas for the channel that I hope I can launch around the beginning of next year to make things a little bit more fun and exciting and enjoyable for all of us. I will not reveal it here and now, but as always, the first ones who will get to know will be my Patreon supporters. So please consider joining me there if you haven't already. That is also the best way to support this channel. So here I should turn. Did I? Wait a minute. Did I actually miss a station? No, I don't think so. That should be Oyamadai station down there. Dragon Guard, thank you so much. You watch my nearly every live stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's very nice of you. Weekly DDR streams. Hologram. No, not weekly, but I would like to do a Patreon only DDR stream just because I know, look at this, the sky is so dramatic. Just because I know that many of you would really enjoy seeing this middle-aged man with a big belly embarrass himself in a Japanese arcade. So that would be fun. It's just I need to kind of figure out the logistics of it to get the permission from a game center to stream when I play. In fairness, is this a train line walk? Not really, because I already did this train line. But I am obviously following some train tracks, so in a way I guess it is, but it's not like, it's not one of these series where I will follow an entire train line or anything. No. Patreon Izakaya stream. Yeah, that would be nice too. That would be nice too. And yes, the question of Japan and KFC for Christmas, it pops up quite regularly here on this channel, and yes, it is true. I mean, it's not like every Japanese family has KFC for Christmas. That's certainly not the case. But KFC has kind of promoted the idea of having fried chicken for Christmas. They promoted that very hard here in Japan. And I think some Japanese people even believe that that's a thing in the West. But they just hijacked the Christmas. Tokyo Paul, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's impossible, especially if I do it like when the game center is not so busy, like not during their peak hours, obviously, but if I come like early in the morning or something, it might be okay to pop up a camera, or maybe I will just pre-record the video and post later. Barbecued chicken's really hard to come by at Japanese supermarkets. I think so, yeah. You mean like the ones, like in Sweden we have everywhere, like they sell this, like they grill them in the store and you can buy them, right? If that's what you mean, yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen that here in Japan actually. Okay, now we're at Oyamadai station. This station also has a relatively nice little shopping street area, so let's check that out before we continue. Oh, they have it at Costco, I see. I've actually never been to Costco. But thanks for the heads up, Tokyo Paul. So, now we're at the station. Oyamadai station. Someone you know has returned to Japan. It took 9 hours to get to the quarantine hotel. Yeah. It's a bit of a lottery. When I came back to Japan in September 1st, I think it took like 90 minutes from landing until we were out of the airport, and we didn't have to do hotel quarantine at all. But I think we were very lucky. I like this area. It has this very typical local station in Tokyo vibe. Chinese restaurant that looks quite inviting with its ultra fluorescent white light, which I'm actually not fond of at all, but when it comes to certain types of restaurants, it can be kind of a sign that it has just the kind of vibe that I sometimes crave. Yeah, this road is called Happy Road Oyamadai, Yamaguchi-san. Quite a nice name, isn't it? Oh, looks like they're opening something new here. This looks nice. Maruyama Coffee. Ooh, that's expensive. 700 yen for a takeout cappuccino. Wow. But I guess they make a big deal out of their beans. I'm certainly not the right person to judge the quality of the beans though. Even though I like coffee a lot, but I'm not really a connoisseur in that sense that I can tell different types of beans apart very easily. I'm not on that level. Let's check out the housing prices around here, shall we? I think this is a real estate agent down here. What do we have? This is for buying. Oh, that's expensive. 77 million yen for 75 square meters. 57 million yen for 68 square meters. Oh, this one is in Futako-Tamagawa. 95 million for how many square meters? Why is it always so different? Okay, 71 square meters. That's expensive. We have rentals. Yeah, here we have some rentals. Oyamadai, one room apartment, 64,000 yen, 21 square meters. Here's another one, 25 square meters, 89,000 yen. Okay. Yeah. I think it's still a little bit on the pricier side, even though these local stations are always cheaper than the stops where express train stops, like Jiyugaoka or Futako-Tamagawa. Then it's even more expensive. Next stop will be Todoroki station. Yes. Yes, yes. I guess Sydney is more expensive than Tokyo. Tokyo is not, I mean, even Stockholm is like kind of in the same ballpark as Tokyo, which is kind of odd. Stockholm is a small town. Tokyo is like the biggest city in the world. It kind of makes sense that Tokyo is a bit pricey. But with that in mind, I think Tokyo is quite reasonable. Or it can be quite reasonable, I should say. It can also be crazy expensive. Okay, let's continue to the west. Our next stop will be Todoroki station, as someone mentioned in the chat. We're gonna visit the Ravine this time. I can check, but I think it's gonna be very dark. Maybe too dark. If it's just pitch black, then I don't really see the point. But if there's any lights on, then yeah, why not? I can take a little tour through the Ravine again. I always enjoy that place. And I haven't actually walked through there at night, so I guess I should. Oh, I don't know if you can see this, but it's actually, it's cold enough for my breath to turn into, what do you say? Is it steam? Mist? I don't know the correct term for it, but yeah, I think it might be the first time this year, or at least this winter, then that happens. Let's see, are we able to walk closer to the train tracks? Not sure. Vapor, condensation, fog? Yeah, I don't know. What's the scientifically correct word? Yes, great, we can walk down here. Buy a 99 square meter apartment in Osaka would be 33 million yen. Actually, to me that sounds very cheap. You would not get an apartment that big in Tokyo for that money, unless it's like super old or something. And also it's like way cheaper than what it would cost in, say, Stockholm. Dead end. I have to walk back up to this street here. A few tall buildings around this area. Yeah, around here there's not that many. There's like no high-rise buildings until we get to Futako-Tamagawa. So that's quite nice. Are you actually in Tokyo, or is it the supers of Tokyo? This is Tokyo. This is the kind of outskirts. We're close to the southern border of Tokyo City. So we're not like in the middle of the city center, but rather in a residential part. Nearest tall buildings there would be Masashi Kosugi. Yeah, maybe. I think Futako-Tamagawa is closer though. We're not so far from Futako-Tamagawa. Masashi Kosugi is a little bit further away. Masashi Kosugi is actually where we went today to do the toys shopping, because they have some really good shops there for kids. It's a very kind of family-oriented neighborhood. So we went there. Tokyo Metropolis, Tokyo City does not exist. Yeah, I guess if you want to be very correct, that's true, right? Jeffrey, tonkotsu ramen broth in vending machines. No, I have not seen that. That sounds pretty disgusting to me. Do you have any plans to do streams this time in the future? Yeah, I always try to do at least like one evening stream or so per week. But basically with my current schedule, it's yeah, I can't do evening streams that often. So most of my streams are daytime here in Japan. But personally I do enjoy evening streams a lot, so when I try to do them whenever I can. The tonkotsu broth doesn't sound good at all. No, it doesn't. Like, I mean, I'm not really too fond of tonkotsu ramen in general. Of all the kinds of ramen there are, tonkotsu is not my favorite. But and having it canned and heated in a vending machine. But that being said, I do. Oh, cute! This a little car selling yakiimo, like sweet potato. But that being said, if I find it, I will check every vending machine we pass on the remaining part of this walk, and if I find it, I promise to try it out. おー、すごい大きい。挨拶いいですか？挨拶大丈夫ですか？あ、こんにちは。
Very gentle.
Oh yeah, very sweet and fluffy. What's this? What's this breed? Akita. Ah, Akita inu. I see.
She's usually no back.
Um?
No.
Ah, no, doesn't bark. I see. I see. But Akita inu can be a little bit scared of people sometimes. No, or is that when they're young? Maybe,
Male.
especially men.
Male.
Okay.
Very
I see. And this is a girl. I see. こんにちは。こんばんは。かわいいね。大丈夫。いや。What a fluffy, nice little friend.
You living around here?
ああ、二子玉川の方。はい。
日本長い
そう、まあ13年。
13年。
それ長いかどうかはちょっとわからないけど。うん。
日本住みやすい。
そうですね。Yeah, yeah, it is. It is. It's a nice place. Hmm?
People is very friendly and
Yes, yes. It's a good place. I've enjoyed living here. I've enjoyed it a lot.
you live for business.
Hmm?
You live in Futako-Tamagawa for business.
No. My wife's family is from there, so it's yeah. Yeah. And it's quite nice. We have a small child, so it's quite child-friendly area. So. Yeah.
そうね。Futako-Tamagawa いいところ。
じゃあありがとうございます。Very nice meeting you. Yeah, thank you. Bye bye. Very, very, very nice lady. And her English was super good. So now we're at the Todoroki Ravine. But let's see. I think it's pitch black down here. Yeah, it's pretty dark. I don't think I want to go down here. No. It's a bit too dark. Oh, did I just get a super chat? Or is it some bug? Yeah, it's a bug. I just got my hopes up. So that was a Akita Inu. And she said that it was very friendly, this one. Like, she never barks. But from what I heard, Akita Inu can sometimes be a little bit aggressive. But maybe I'm mixing it up with something else. But I asked her and she said that males can be a bit like that maybe. But female Akita dogs are kind, apparently. Yeah, it was pitch black down the ravine. So I don't think it would be a very good idea to go down and stream there. And then we also tend to have signal issues down there, so let's stay up here. Oh, let's go down here. 坂が多いですね。そうですね。この辺ちょっと坂が多いですね。ここ通るかな？ Yeah, it looks like I can go this way. This turned out to be a very nice and cozy evening stream. I'm enjoying it a lot. That dog was the highlight so far, I think. It was beautiful. So we are, what, 2 stops away, maybe? from Futako-Tamagawa, where I will end tonight's stream. We've been going for a little over an hour now, so I think my first estimate of 1.5 hours was pretty accurate. Really? Is the sound... Now I'm speaking on the right side of the phone from my perspective. And now I'm speaking on the left side. So yeah, this is the left side and this is the right side, if everything is okay. But maybe not. If not, I don't know if there's any way for me to reverse that. I'm sure it used to be correct when I was using Streamlabs, but maybe since I switched to Prism, maybe it's messing things up. I don't know. Thank you, Melody. Great vid. Beautiful dog. Thank you, thank you. Nice lady. Yeah, she was super nice. If I wasn't streaming, I would have stayed and chatted with her for a long time, I think. Okay, audio channels are mixed. That's not great, but I will see if there's any option in Prism to change that, but I don't think so, unfortunately. Oh no. So today we actually put up a Christmas tree at home. Me and my wife realized that our daughter really likes Christmas decorations. So we thought, well, let's put up our sad little fake Christmas tree after all and see how it goes. And now my wife just messaged me and sent me a photo of my daughter completely trashing the tree, so we probably have to remove it again. She's a bit too wild sometimes. But I was kind of expecting that to happen, so can't say I'm surprised. Yeah, my daughter is very violent. Today we went to this kind of open play space in one of the malls where we were shopping, and yeah, she was like running around freely, and then every once in a while she finds another child that she really likes, and then she just runs up to them and points them in the face quite violently. So I don't know how we can teach her that that's not appropriate behavior. One girl got kind of scared of my daughter and started running away as soon as she came close. Anyway, here's the train tracks, and we are almost at the Kaminoge station. Should not be too far from here. Oh, and here they're popping up a few new houses. It says for sale. So if anyone has a ton of money and want to buy a house and live close to me, then by all means go ahead. Some of these streets are almost a little too dark. Maybe all you're seeing is noise. Oh, but this phone is pretty good at low light videos. It doesn't look too bad, I hope. That's the high rises of Futako-Tamagawa down there. So that's where we're heading. Maybe did I actually forgot to stop at Kaminoge station? Maybe I did, but that's a pretty boring station anyway, so it's not a big loss. Now I kind of just wanna... No, Kaminoge is down here. Ah, there we go. That's Kaminoge station down there. Great. So then we don't need to walk there, because at least now we saw the station. So let me just head down to Futako-Tamagawa and get my drink, which I'm craving after this little evening walk. I deserve a drink. Yes, I am, as always, Tokyo Paul. I'm using my Galaxy S21 Ultra for the stream, which has been serving me well for, I think, 9 months now. So let's see. I guess the S22 will be released relatively soon. I wonder if it will be worth upgrading to that. Android gang, yeah. But then again, I mean, my other phone, my kind of main phone, is an iPhone 12 Pro Max, which I actually use much more for my private stuff, because I really like the fact that it has a flat screen, not a curved screen. And also it's just very, I don't know, somehow it just feels better to use. I don't know, it's difficult to explain. But the Samsung is fine too. I would be happy with only using that one. What do you prefer, Samsung or iPhone for the camera? I generally prefer the iPhone camera for everything except landscape photos. For landscape photos, I think the Samsung has a better camera. But like a lot of the photos I take are of my daughter, and the Samsung camera is very, very slow. So it's much more difficult to get a sharp photo or a photo at the right moment with the Samsung compared to the iPhone. Quality-wise, yeah, I kind of think that the Samsung is better for landscape and nature shots, but the iPhone is better for people. So yeah. They're both great though. But yeah, the Samsung also misses the exposure much more often than the iPhone when the light gets a bit tricky. But the biggest problem with it is that it's too slow to use to photograph a child. We are now almost at Futako-Tamagawa. Here is Kaminoge Station, just behind my back, and I think in less than 10 minutes we will be at Futako-Tamagawa area. But also on this Samsung and iPhone, on the topic of Samsung versus iPhone, when I'm riding the train and if I can only use one hand, then I think the Samsung is better. The iPhone 12 Pro Max is too big for one-handed use. But when I'm at home just lying on my couch, then the iPhone is much nicer. Apple has the edge with their custom SoCs. Yes, if you're just measuring raw performance, sure, but in reality I think both phones are so quick that it doesn't make any difference in practical use. At least not now, but definitely like 3, 4, 5 years from now, then the Apple phones will feel snappier still compared to equally old Android phone. Hope Jenny's doing okay. Yeah, she's not here tonight. This is actually a pretty nice view. Let's see how it turns out in a photo. Meh. Apple SoC makes a difference with photo speeds. Maybe, yeah. I'm not sure if that's the reason why the Apple is snappier when it comes to taking photos. Could be, but also I think the sensor, the camera sensor in the Apple phone is pretty basic. It's just a 12 megapixel sensor, whereas the Samsung phone has like 108 megapixels that needs to be processed and turned into a lower resolution image. And I guess that part of the processing also that's not necessary on the iPhone. But I don't know. The Apple is indeed very quick when it comes to taking photos, so that's pretty good. Careful, T, you don't want to be attacked by the giant moth. I don't want to be attacked by a giant moth. Is there a giant moth around here? What time is it there? It is currently 6:25 p.m. So, now we're at Futako-Tamagawa Koen. It's been a while since I streamed from Futako-Tamagawa at night, I think. Maybe the last time was just before I went to Sweden? Or have I been here since then on a stream? I don't remember.
Maintenance.
Hey, we're here at the park. If I go straight ahead, we have the Starbucks, the one with the nice view from the park, but I'm not gonna go there. I'm gonna go down to the Rice shopping mall and show you the Christmas decorations there, and hopefully finally also get a warm drink to celebrate the end of today's stream. Oddly enough, the signal is kind of degrading right here, which is very weird because we're next to the Rakuten head office. So they should have very good signal around here. They usually do. But for some reason, it dropped a little bit. Ritz, you're moving to Tokyo in April 2021. Oh, that was more than 6 months ago. Maybe you meant 2022. But congratulations and welcome. I hope you will enjoy it here. I wonder if people think it's too cold, because it's so quiet out tonight. Unusually quiet. And I mean, it's cold, but it's not that cold. I even took off my gloves just to make it easier to navigate the phone. Oh, one apartment actually has some Christmas decorations. I don't know if you can see. You don't see this very often here in, like, at apartments in Tokyo. Futako-Tamagawa ですか？そうです。Futako-Tamagawa でございます。目立ちますね。ね、そうですね。ヨーロッパだったらあれは結構普通けど、日本とか、まあ日本の一軒家は時々風なデコレーションがあるんですけど、なんかマンションではあんまり見えないですね。 I wonder what it's like to live in a tower like this. How soundproof are they? I'm pretty sure that in these apartments you won't hear your neighbors unless they're extremely loud. But like modern Japanese apartments are pretty well built, I would say. Not really this stereotype about paper thin walls in Japan, that doesn't really apply to these kind of buildings. That's more like older or more basic dwellings where you can hear your neighbor fart. But we live in a slightly newer apartment built out of concrete, and we never hear our neighbors. And there's like on both sides there are families with kids, so I'm pretty sure we would have heard them if it was like in a more basic apartment. Oh! I actually haven't been to this part of Futako-Tamagawa in a while. It looks like they finally put up the ice skating thingy. They do that every winter. But yeah, I haven't been here on this side of the shopping mall in quite some time, so I haven't seen it this year. I guess, yeah, maybe next year I can take my daughter here. Now I think, like, yeah, she's there's no way she can do ice skating yet, but yeah, maybe if I'm still here next winter, then maybe that can happen.そうですね。今年はスウェーデンに帰らないです。オミクロンのせいで。So I was thinking here, this pretty awesome little food truck, which is actually a bar. I think I can get a hot drink in here. Let's check. I haven't been, but it looks kind of tempting. Do they have some sort of alcohol drinks? They do. At least they have cold alcoholic beverages. So let's see. Konnichiwa. 温かいのお酒、アルコール入ってる飲み物ありますか？
高いお酒がまだちょっと用意がなくてですね。
ないか。
そうなんですよ。
それは残念ですね。
申し訳ないです。
わかりました。
ちょっとまだ開発中なんですけど、ホットワインが入るかもしれないです。
わかりました。じゃあ入ったらまた来ます。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。They didn't have any warm alcohol, but he was like, maybe they will start offering hot wine. But currently they don't. They have churros, yes, they do. But unfortunately, that's not what I'm craving right now. What a bummer. What a bummer. I had high hopes for that place. It looks kind of interesting from the outside. Is hot wine the new craze or something? Not really. It's something that you find occasionally during the winters here. But apparently Not right now. They will have mulled wine soon. Yeah, I hope so. When they say hot wine, you don't know. Sometimes it's just like regular wine that they heat. But if you're really lucky, then it's like proper mulled wine, which I'm a big fan of. Do you often drink tea? Not really often. No, I'm a coffee person. But sometimes, like if I want a hot drink at night, then I usually drink some caffeine-less tea. But tonight any I will just do a hot chocolate, since I can't have any alcohol. So the theme of the Christmas decorations here this year is actually the Very Hungry Caterpillar, which my daughter is a big fan of. I was a little bit surprised to see that turned into such a super commercialized brand here in Japan. But apparently, yeah, I think they even built like some playground with that theme somewhere here in this shopping mall. It was super expensive to go there. Like 1,000 yen per person, or something like that, which is outrageous in my opinion. Oh, but there's a little market going on here. Maybe if we're lucky we can find something here to drink. See. Otherwise, the hot chocolate here at Antico is always a good choice. Vegan food isn't really a thing here in Japan, but at the same time, Buddhist monks are having a vegan diet, so you can kind of find food, vegan food, but it's not like something that you can just walk into any restaurant and expect to find, sadly. Let's see. Doesn't look like there's anyone here selling drinks. It's all just to bring back home. What's this? Oh, come on. It's Spain wine. Or not? Let's check out the entire market, but I don't expect that I can find a drink here. Oh, Canadian maple syrup from Quebec. Maybe some of my viewers are familiar with this brand. Olive oil. No. Yeah, no, sorry folks, I give up chasing hot wine, and I'll just settle with a warm or hot chocolate instead. These are really good. Hot chocolate のリッチ。はい。お願いします。持ち帰りで。はい。はい。コップだけで大丈夫です。はい。追加でお願いします。大丈夫です。So we walked 6 kilometers today. Not super far, but still decent. I will finish the tracking now, because I will end the stream around here anyway. The remaining part will just be me sitting down. So folks, it takes a while. Hi. ありがとうございます。はい、ありがとうございます。よいしょ。Okay, so let's find a place to sit down and have this coffee and pretend that we're doing a beer o'clock, but we're just doing a not coffee, hot chocolate o'clock. Edric, you missed the evening walks. That's good to hear. I miss them too. Yeah, I used to do them really often before. But as I said before, it's my schedule is a little bit more challenging right now. So most of the streams can only be during the daytime. So if the weather is decent tomorrow, I plan to continue my Dan Toshi Line walk. But I'm not sure. I'm a bit worried because last time we had so much signal issues. So I really hope that that won't happen again tomorrow. Where's ours? Sorry, I only have one hand after all, so I wasn't able to carry another cup. So let's take the elevator up here to the usual spot. Looking forward to sunset walks. Yeah, sunset walks are nice too. Thing is, yeah, sunset time is exactly the time when I pick up my daughter from the nursery, so it's also a little bit challenging to do for me most days. Yeah, third arm, when? Good question. The fund is still not, doesn't cover the cost of getting one, so. Oh, すいません。
ここは行かないのよした。だからここへ。
Reflection reveal. Yay! Kanpai! How many kilometers do I walk on average every week? It really depends on how many streams I do, I guess. But I think on average when I stream I walk like between 6 to 10 kilometers. So looking nice. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. As mentioned, I still need that haircut. But this is a good place to have a hot chocolate or a beer. But on a day like this, hot chocolate is perfect. Did I walk 20 kilometers at a stream at some point? I don't remember that myself, but maybe, yeah, could have happened on one of the longer. Yeah, when Eureka Mome might have been more than 20k. Eki no sugu ue desu ka? あ、ちょっと違いますね。駅はそこ。これはFutako-Tamagawa駅です。だからここはちょっと離れてますけど、駅からまあ3分ぐらいかな。あんまり遠くないけど。What do I buy for Christmas present to my wife? That's something that I don't want to reveal here because she might be watching. Who knows? She usually doesn't watch my streams, but it's not entirely impossible. Who knows? Maybe she's watching them without telling me, just pretending that she doesn't. Yeah, there was a bit of a shake, right? That was when I scrolled to see the chat. So again, down here is Tama River, which is the border between Tokyo and Kawasaki. Let's maybe walk over here. Oh, look at this tree, it's beautiful. It's so nicely lit up. And it's like at peak autumn. Oh, this is nice. Look, it's the Rakuten head office. And then just above, there's the moon. Is the Tokyo Christmas market good? You mean the one we just passed? I didn't really look at the prices, but generally when they have these markets, it's mostly like local smaller producers or business owners that are invited, at least here. And they tend to be a bit pricey, but also pretty good quality, I think. But there's many Christmas markets in Tokyo actually. I think the most famous one is maybe the one in Hibiya Park. But this year, so that one used to be free, and that's more of a food market, food and drinks. It used to be free, but this year you have to pay an entrance fee to go inside. I think maybe they want to limit the number of people because of Corona. Yeah. That one is just like food, like sausages and beer. It's more like a German inspired event and quite cheap. No. That's pretty cool. Is this the same building with Staya Electric? Yes, it is. I am on top of Staya right now. It's wet everywhere, so that's why I'm not sitting down. And for those of you who are asking about how long I walk and everything, you might be interested in knowing that now I post maps of all my walks on my Patreon. So there you can see exactly where I walked, and I think you can also easily get the distance walked. Like a few months ago, I always came here with my daughter and let her kind of practice her walking. That was like before she could walk by herself. So she pushed the stroller in front of her here on this little grass field, and it was usually full of other kids as well. It's a really fun place to come. But right now we're not allowed to enter the grass. I think they're like growing it up for the next season. And then here there's this like rooftop garden, which is also very nice. They have like a small pond here as well, but I think now it's maybe not in operation. I'm not sure. Looks slippery. Yeah, it is. I have to be careful. Yeah, there's many places around here where you can have a pretty nice view. Does it ever drop below 0 degrees in Tokyo? Good question. I honestly cannot answer that confidently. I think it's pretty rare. But maybe it happens occasionally, but I think having like at night probably most winters, but in the daytime I don't know if it stays like in the below zeros very often. Anyway, I finished my hot chocolate. I've been streaming for close to 2 hours. I'm getting hungry, and I think my wife is having a bit of a hard time with our daughter right now because she's going crazy with the Christmas tree and all that stuff. So I should wrap things up and head home. But thank you so much for joining me today. And like I said, I will try to stream again tomorrow in the daytime. So hope some of you will be able to join me then. But for now, yeah, I think I will just have to wave goodbye. Let's just find a place with a nice view for that. Mini destroyer. Yeah, sometimes that's a pretty appropriate name for her. She can be wild. She's kind of, yeah, she's funny. She's aggressive sometimes. Or like, not aggressive, but more like, yeah, a bit wild. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow again. Or not all of you, but some of you. I will hopefully see you all again sometime. But yeah, thanks so much, and see you. Bye bye. Hej då. Auf Wiedersehen. Good night. Oyasumi nasai. Mata ne.